Today I'd like to do a brief video book report on this book. It's called The Day After Domesday, or Doomsday, subtitled The Making of the Bishop's Bible by Jack P. Lewis. It is a small trade paperback. It is 8.5 inches tall, a little under 5 3/8 inches wide, and just under 3/8 of an inch thick. Total page count, including the bibliography at the back, is 150 pages. The blurbs on the back of endorsement, and a brief biography of Jack R. Lewis, who, if this is correct, was born about 100 years ago. And a look at the ISBN. It's morning here, so the sun is coming through the windows. I'm getting a lot of reflection there. Here's the title page, an illustration from the Bishop's Bible showing Queen Elizabeth. Second title page, copyright page. Here are the ISBNs for the paperback which you're looking at and a hardback. Illustrations are from the Holy Bible containing the Old Testament and the New, from 1568, which is the 1568 edition of the Bishop's Bible. The table of contents. We'll just flip through the book rapidly to give you a sense for what's in it. So we have a list of illustrations, we have a preface, abbreviations, and then we get to the introduction. It talks about the making of the Bishop's Bible, an overview. One thing I've noticed is that there is some repetition through the book, and here's an early example of it in the intro. These two paragraphs where my index finger and my thumb are both mention the 19 editions of the Bishop's Bible. It's almost like one paragraph was meant to replace the other, but both made it into the book. And he points out that the Bishop's Bible was intended to replace the Calvinistic notes of the Geneva Bible. The title of this volume comes from a letter from Thomas Cranmer to Thomas Cromwell, in which, I think in reference to the Great Bible, he says that he doesn't think there would be a better Bible until the day after Domesday. And I guess the day after Domesday happened in 1568 when the Bishop's Bible came along. So here's the motivation. This gives history of those times, the motivation for a new Bible. One of the things you'll notice as well if you decide to read this book is that there are typos from here to there. This caption at figure 2 mentions that Cranmer was Archbishop of Canterbury from 32 to 34. That should read 54, I think. That's when he was deposed from Mary, by Queen Mary. You'll also notice repetition in the book. Here is a quotation from a letter of Richard Cox, Bishop of Ely, to William Cecil. And when we come over to the next chapter, which has a collection of brief biographies of the various supposed translators, the bishops who contributed to the Bishop's Bible, we'll find a paragraph on Richard Cox. And when we do, we'll see the same information repeated again. So here we are. Same letter is quoted. Again, that happens quite frequently. After the chapter that has the summaries of the lives of the various contributors, there's one that talks about the general problem of getting Bibles into the churches. And this is one that I think is more specifically to the issue of getting the Bishop's Bible into the churches, and gives accounts of various parishes throughout England and how they went about getting the Bible. The influence of the Bishop's Bible, its influence on Shakespeare. Bishop's Bible in America, which is somewhat difficult to show. Art in the Bishop's Bible. And then after the chapter on art, They talk about the process of revising the Bishop's Bible and how this fellow Hugh Broughton was agitating for a revision of the Bishop's Bible, which revision turned out to be the King James Version, which incidentally Hugh Broughton wasn't very happy with either. He was something of an irascible fellow, and he wasn't involved in the King James project, and perhaps it was a case of not invented here. So there's a conclusion. The conclusion essentially sums up what we've already seen. An appendix that talks about the different editions of the Bishop's Bible and his bibliography. So if this is the sort of thing that interests you, I encourage you to go out and get this, because it gives you background on the Bishop's Bible, which was the direct ancestor of the King James Version. Thank you very much for your time.